Okay, now it finally seems to work. Hacking YouTube shit. Hello, what's up, motherfucker? Little motherfucker. Fish. 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 Doing fish. Fish stuff. Today. It's Wednesday. So therefore, it's lillördag. So I got some beer. I found this Swedish beer with a Czechish style. Checkmate Pilsner. You can see how it's like a bunch of I don't know, flakes. I don't know. I don't think you can see it. Party. Yeah, I'm going to the what's it called? Game of the Dev or something. Or Night of the Dev event. The day of the Dev was too pricey. So I'm only going for the what the fuck, man? Fucking happy beer. Fucking hell. Do I have napkins here? Somewhere? I should have. Oh. You mean, I mean, what else does the guy do? By the computer? If not using...
Hello, we have been trying to reach out to you about your car's extended warranty with a very profitable offer. Right now we can offer a personal car pickup deal where we come and grab your car for service. This for a small fee of 6,000 Norwegian dollars.
What a great deal. What a great deal. I'll take it. Easy. Easy squeezy. Fan, it keeps on foaming. This is a happy beer. Is this really Czechish beer? Tastes more like IPA. Norwegian dollars! Look at it! It just doesn't stop. It's foaming in my mouth too. What the fuck, man? What's up with this? It's like a prankster beer. Prankster beer. It's soap. Wouldn't surprise me. I think I managed to say that it tastes more like an IPA. Kind of tastes like IPA. But of course it's made in Uppsala, so you can't trust people from Uppsala to make beer. They're of course gonna make it more hipster. Ba-ba-bum-bum. Today I'm going to an event later on. First, you're not going to Day of the Dev or whatever it's called. I'm gonna double check. Day of the Dev. No. No. Let's see. What city am I from? I am from a small city called Markaryd. But I live in Stockholm. Let's see here. What is it called? What is it called? Game Summit Sweden, it's called. And then the event that I'm going to is Night of the Devs, which is just, it's the same thing, but it's at the it's the after party basically. Beer, game dev. The event is like, yeah, where is it even? It's the Swedish computer branch who is arranging it, I believe. For game devs, by game devs. I mean, fan, I wanted to go to the event, but it's so costly. It's like 1,000 Swedish crowns. Hey! This is not your average game conference. No expo, no business, no pitch panel, no job fair, no suits for startups. This is for all of you doing the real work in the game development minds. Okay, so what does that mean? Leave your pickaxes and shovels at the office, dry the dust and sweat from your eyes, and join your peers to share, learn and laugh. Go to work the next day filled with inspiration and tool sets to improve your games. And it doesn't stop there. When Game Summit Sweden ends, Night of the Devs begins. Why haven't I heard of this? I don't know. I heard it from our school union. Like speakers, Josef Fares, Felix Af Ekenström. What companies do I recognize? I recognize this, I recognize this. I don't recognize this. I don't recognize this. I don't recognize this. I recognize this. Starbreeze, yes. Dice, I recognize. Dice. Right by me. Like, I here can find like names that I haven't heard of, and maybe they can offer some internship. Liquid Swords. The Outsiders, never heard of. The Gang, I've heard about. Star Stable. Ali, my man. Games done differently. A conversation with Josef Fares. So it's some small talks, basically. It's like GDC, I would assume. So it would have been nice to go to it. But this is what I'm going to instead. It's a party to rule them all. Big and small studios and publishers are welcome. Meet your peers over a drink and enjoy yourself for once. Drinks, nice music, dance, awesome people, and a lot of fun stuff on stage. So we got a discount for a ticket. Starts in 4 hours. So what I'm gonna do today is to just do some small stuff. Some stuff that I thought of fixing or look into fixing is in the beginning. Save all. Is the event today in Stockholm? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, let's see here. So how was this made now again? In the BPC dialogue. Let's see, check speaking, because something that I wanted to remove is the when the dialogue has been played out, it shouldn't disappear until you like press A. Check speaking. Question is, when is that being made? Speaking. No. This is in the interface. Totally missed that. Oh no. I mean, it's a little bit weird that some studios are not aware of it. It's a dataspelsbranschen that is arranging it together with sponsors like Liquid Swords and other. But I feel like that these kinds of events is something that dataspelsbranschen should reach out to studios, to like all studios. Let's see here. So what is it that makes the window disappear? Is it in the widget maybe? It's this one. It is something. I'm just gonna see what happens if I just. Oh! If I just disconnect that. What happens when I start interacting with the dude? Oh. I have no idea why this is happening. I was playing around a little bit with the multi-trace. Okay, so then it disappears as soon as the text has been played out. And I can think of some ways to fix it. Don't need any of the weapons or attributes right now. So for example, let's say we just put this at an extremely high, because then I'm talking for a little while, nothing happens, and I have to interact again. That's like a getaway to do it. Then again, let's see here. La 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 la. I want to. I want, in some way, to know when it is the last. When it's the last dialogue window. Why so foamy? Because this is not an array, or is it? Let's see what happens. I didn't do anything. How can I make? Wait. You get current index. And how do you say that it's the last one? Add one to the specified value. Returns the number of characters in the string. Okay. Get can't get last. What do we have here? Or if for each loop. I'm just playing. Let's say that it's false, and then if it's completed, do this. If it's loop body, continue. I don't know. I don't know about the break. Well, that's it. No, it doesn't make sense. Medlem, det är dags att kolla in årets Black Week. Just nu har du 24-hour exclusive early access of Black Week. Can't drink that from a bottle. It's also like stinging my gum some way. That's how the beers looks like. I don't know if you can see, the float is up. No. No, the glass is not dirty. Damn, it's foamy. Even through that. Does it ever do something like oh. I'm thinking of if I can like make branches to see if you are talking. speaking. Check speaking. Is speaking. If false, then you are speaking. And here. Current dialogue. Get the number of items in an array. Huh? Okay. So I think I should just... I mean, it's so weird. I believe it is somewhere over here. Let's see... Do a quick little Google. How to check if last array element Unreal Engine. It is something with for each. If array is empty, last index. last index. So maybe we can do that inside of the last index. Question is if current index is, there has to be. No, this must be, this has to be the text. This is the current dialogue. Yeah, that's what we. Let's see. Then we need to get owner. No, get component. We can't do this in the BP in the widget. How should I do this? Hello, Pim Team. Because here I should be able to do branch. I don't know if this makes any difference at all. I mean, maybe. Because so I can't get component from, can I get So what this does is it's checking the current index in the dialog. And then it, after the delay, it spawns a new text in the dialog. But then, if it is the last dialogue, how can I get this? Get last. No, fuck. Bum, 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 bum. How can I? It has to be then in the inter. Wait. This interact is just here. Maybe we would have to create inputs and outputs here. So let's see here in the Bips dialogue. Current dialogue. We want to get the dialogue. Dialogue. Dialogue context? No. I'll probably have to look this up a little bit later. So something that else we can do instead for now that is a little bit more doable is working with the dynamic camera. You're so fast. Biom, 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 biom. So how about we just toss out some weird shit here. Hydrate? The fuck, man? I have very little left. Loka geek. Oh. We're gonna make an ugly lake. So for instance, if I do a copy of this, then I should be able to like remove individual stuff in here. Or not. Let's see if I can do this then. Oops. Move the whole thing. And then for instance, if I just place this up in the air and see what happens if I walk into this, and then I walk into... Oi. Yep, and then I can... Guess I can do stuff like that as well. Because something that I wanted to make, let's see, blend time. I did make a blend time variable, good. Because then, let's say, for instance, I'll make another one. actually. And then this. Even this as well. Then the blend time should be blend time 0, as well as, or just try to. And blend times like that, and this one just cuts. As well as when I exit it, it cuts, so I can go back to the intended camera. Or like for example, if I would exit from this, and when I would enter a new start, I would just blend it in the way that I intend to. So it could be a cut or a transition. Just gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I made a little poop baby. Okay, so there was the one video that I wanted to Hey! What is this? To look at that later. A new video about Pokemon Sleep.
So here I'm going to
This is what I want. Ah, fucking shit, man.
make a camera, an on-rail camera that you might have seen in Resident Evil type games. So as the character walks in this area, you can see the camera is following the character on a fixed rail like this. And if the character go into another room just like before, it switches the camera. And continue like this. So that's what I am going to cover in this episode.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so in this system now we have camera switching like this. So when I go inside the door, the camera is switched like this. And outside like this. So that's what we have developed so far in the camera system, and now I want to develop an on-rail camera similar to the ones you have seen in Resident Evil games, like when the player walks in maybe in a corridor or something, the camera follows the player from an angle like this. So that's what I am going to attempt now. Okay, so this is the wall cam. Well, I should rename it as fixed cam. Because that name is better. Let me put them into another folder. Cameras. Right. Okay, so here we have the fixed camera. Let's create a child blueprint class from the fixed camera. I'll call it on-rail camera. Here is the blueprint, and here first I'll add a spline. So this spline will define the path this camera will follow when the player moves. Alright, so instead of this fixed camera right here, I'll add an on-rail camera. Can I replace it? No. Okay, let's add an on-rail camera like this. Okay, so far I couldn't do anything because I haven't made any changes there. Okay, so far it doesn't do anything, only behave like the fixed camera. So let's start editing. Right, so in my fixed camera I have two events as activate camera and deactivate camera. So let me override them right here. Activate camera event, and I wouldn't do anything for the deactivate camera yet. So here I'll add a call to parent function. And yeah, here I'm attaching in the fixed camera I am attaching the camera to the default scene route, but in the on-rail camera that's not what I need. Right, so in the fixed camera what I do is I check for obstacles, and if there is an obstacle, change the camera and deactivate the current camera. And before that I do this part, look at target. So basically what I am doing here is updating the camera, updating this object to make sure that it is looking at the player character. So I'll update this look at target part to a function, because I need to override that part, because for the on-rail camera this look at part should be slightly different from this one. So yeah, let's do it like this. Let's expand this node and collapse to function. I'll call it update camera. Okay, also here I think I will need this camera access to this camera object later, so therefore I'll promote this to a variable. I'll call it active camera. No, just camera. And set the reference like this. And when I deactivate, oh, I don't invalidate them now. Okay. Right now, let's go to the on-rail camera, and I'll override the update camera function like this. Well, let me do a slight change here. I'll add a node to call to parent node, and let me change this update camera slightly. Instead of setting the rotation of the object itself, I'll update the rotation of the camera. Set word rotation like this. Because when I'm working on in this on rail camera, if I rotate the camera itself, it's this object itself, it will also rotate this spline object as well. So that's why I wanted to override it and change it like this. So let's check and make sure if everything is working fine. Yeah, it is working fine, no issue. Yeah, everything is fine. Okay, so I'll delete this part. Right, in the on-rail camera. Right now the next thing I have to do is, right, let me change the name of this function slightly. Instead of update camera, I'll call it update camera rotation. And I'll define another function here called update camera location, and I'll call that also in the tick. It doesn't do anything in the fixed camera because it is a fixed camera, so we are not going to change the location, but I'll override that. Yeah, we don't need to override this now. Okay, I'll override the update camera location part. Okay, here this is the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to calculate the distance from the camera to the actor, and then I'm going to find out what is the amount when I divide that value from the maximum distance the character and the camera can have, and then using that distance, using this value, that value as a factor, I'm going to place the camera at some position along this rail defined by this spline. Well, it may be not clear for you yet, but when I do the implementation it will be clear. Let me know in the
I don't think I'm wanna do this right now.
Okay, so at the moment when
I wanna
I
see how he made this.
From this calculator, usually it's confused and he wouldn't know how to control this character. So even after I am moving into this room, now I am pressing. Let's see where we.
So I know that I want to do this in the parent character, and then
At the moment inputs. Usually it should be okay, it's not defined here, maybe in the parent class character pawn.
So this is what I want to get to.
Here under mode.
Then I only get this shit. And I don't wanna dig in the code. God damn it. Stop it. I don't want any of this. What happened? Nothing happened yet. I'm just trying to find the thing that I want. We're gonna see.
Here
In the movement.
Alright, so here we get the direction of the movement in.
Maybe we can do... this is also add in edit in C++. Can I like just relative? Nope. World. Location. Camera. Location. Camera. World. Possible that I maybe can do something here.
Input from this calculate world direction cycle movement node. So let's see what we have there.
Why can't I just get this? Calculate world direction. Calculate world direction. Cycle movement. Unreal. Is it like anyone else who's similar? Like no one who's commenting recently. No, Jesus Christ!
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Jesus Christ! How do I get to this? Character pawn. It's not like this is somewhere digged deep down here. little jump scare, yeah. I'm very scared. Scaredy cat. Move. Is there a possibility to get a blueprint here? I don't think so. I don't think I can do that here either. Movement. I think I'd rather look at this other video then, because this dude has similar stuff.
And if I walk into it, it's now switched to that other camera. Now it's not dynamic yet, it's just switched to a static camera, but when I hit over the end overlap, it returns back to the third person viewpoint.
Because this is what I have now. This is what I've been following first.
So now we've got that basic setup, we now need to work on getting it to track and follow where the player is walking. So let's first of all start off by how that works out. So when we have the camera, what we're doing, first we need to store the location of the camera in relation to where the player is. And this is going to be useful for when we're calculating how to track the movement of the player in a tracking shot. So to create this offset, we're going to create a new variable and we're going to call it offset. And this will be a vector. And essentially this is going to store the difference between the spring arm component and the player character. So let's go offset, drag that out and choose set. I want to right click, get player character.
Okay, I think I'm gonna follow this. I'm just gonna grab down a beer. So beer pack. And I'm gonna refill my water bottle. grab one for you too. Well, this one is big. Big AF. Maybe I want the glass for this one as well. This is a Swedish beer. Brokholmen. A lager, yes. Oh! Look what it says. Lyt. 1337 Lyt. It's made here in Stockholm. Poggers. Swedish beer is like Swedish lager is pretty safe, I would say. That it's at least gonna taste somewhat good. Tastes like beer. Tastes very much like... I mean, it's not as bitter as many other beers. It's very light. Okay, let's continue this. Offset. Vector. And then he set it. Get player character.
And get the actor location of that character. Then we want to get the location of the spring arm. So drag your spring arm out and get location, world location of the spring arm, and world location minus vector minus vector, and connect that up to the get actor location. Now you plug that into your offset like so. Click compile, and there's our offset. This is recording the difference between the spring arm's location and the player's current location. So now we're going to work on getting it to determine when you want it to actually track the player. So this is handled on a tick event. So let's create a tick event. And the first thing we're going to do in tick is going to check whether or not the camera is the active camera. No point.
I think this is supposed to happen. No, it did not work. Okay.
Go through tick code if you don't need that tick code. So if I right click and get the player controller, and then from there I can get
controller? No, what did it say? Get player controller. Get player controller. Wrong chat. The fuck? You don't want to chat in my chat. What is this?
View target, and that'll get me the current camera essentially that is being controlled. So the get view target here will output hopefully the same as this. So equals object, and we're going to make it reference to self. So if this camera is the current view target, go to a branch, and the tick will then do its thing. Like so.
Fuck man.
Okay. So the next bit we're going to do is do a couple of functions. So the first function we're going to do is get tracking the player's movement. So we're going to go new function and call it track
lurk away
player movement. So the track player movement is going to take in...
Can I post with link? Yes.
And that'll be its delta time.
Finish model for a game. A new one. Oh! It's not the same style that I want to have my character, but it's a boy with a hat. Cool. Yeah, I need to... N64 inspired. Hell yeah. Cool. Really cool. I was watching a video about making quick character models earlier, so at some point I'm gonna continue doing that. Kind of reminds me of Pinocchio from the Shrek movies. I mean, a little bit. Little bit. Oh! Except for the stubby nose. Okay. Absolute basics of 3D animation. No, wait, this is not. Oh, never mind. Why did I end up here? Where's my fucking shit? Oh. Where did it go? Oh. Wait, here it is. Oh. Oh.
And that will be a float.
Shut the fuck i matte. Delta time.
And from there, we're going to create a, sorry, from delta time, we need to create a V interp. And the delta time will plug into that. And the delta time is going to track the time that is passed between the different frames. And this vinterp2 is going to just control an interpolation between two vectors. So basically it's going to move from this vector to the target vector over a certain amount of time. So to track the player movement, we first of all need to get this current actor's position. So get actor location. And we want to first of all get rid of the offset from this current location. So we go from return value minus vector, and the offset is what's going to be taken away from this, and this will feed into the current location. So that's the current location. We now need to work out the target location. This is the more trickier one. So what we're going to actually do is we're going to make it so the camera will only track onto the same plane that we determine it to. So in my example earlier, it would only track from the left and right plane rather than the in and out or up and down planes. So to do that, the way I accomplished that was in the variables, we're going to create a new variable, and of course we're going to track player, and this is going to be a vector, and this vector value is going to have it be normalized. So that means all the values will be between 0 and 1. And if the value is 0, that means that that plane will be fixed and not moving. If the plane is 1, then it will move with that plane. So for example, if I change the Y value here to 1, then the camera will only move left and right. If I change it to just Z, it will move up and down. If I use Y and Z, it will track left, right, up and down. So we can use these to accomplish the various different planes that we want to track it on. Now it's important to note that these planes refer to the plane of the level. So if I look at this gizmo here in the bottom left, where it says X, Y, Z, X is the depth in this case, and Y is left and right. So that matters for that track player variable. And that track player variable is going to be editable, so click the little eyeball there, or make sure you tick the box in the details panel. So let's begin working out the maths that goes into this.
Math!
What we're going to do
Let's
is
go.
get the player character's location. Player character. And from there, we can get actor location. And that's the player's location currently in the game. But we want to take that value and get rid of the ones we don't care about. In other words, the ones that aren't being tracked. So we want to multiply this by another vector, and that vector will be our track player variable that we just made. So that will give us the actor's location in just that one plane. But we don't want to set the camera just to that plane. We want to keep it current location, but not the location in this axis. So for example, I want to keep its X and Y location the same as here, but I want to change it, so its X and Z location the same as here, but its Y location come from here. So the way you achieve that is if we go down from this get actor location result here, we can drag that out, and we can multiply that by another vector. And the vector we multiply by is the inverse of the track player variable. So the track player variable, we can drag that out from here again, and we can go into a minus, and we'll put that into the bottom pin. So to inverse it, you just want to put 1, 1, 1. So if track player, which we currently got as y equals 1, the end result of this would be x equals 1, y equals 0, and z equals 1. And if I multiply that by the current value of my current actor's location, it will take its current x and y location, because if the x is 1 and z is 1, it means it multiplying 1 by the current position, it will remain that same position. But because y will be 0, if it's multiplied by 0, you get 0 out of it. So we've got the current position being here.
All of this to get 0.
In the x and z plane, and here we want it to take the y plane from this. So what we do is take these two values and add them together. So take that from there, add vector, and plug that into there like so. And that should feed into your target like so. The final thing here is to output the return value we got here into a return node. So on the track player movement function beginning, click on the outputs new parameter at the right hand side, and we're going to put in the vector output here. And connect that to our return value like so, and click compile. Go to event graph, and now we're going to put this into our world using the event tick. Okay, so if this is true on the if tick, and we currently are using this camera, what we're going to be doing is we're going to create another branch to determine whether or not we're a stationary or tracking object. So we can go new variable, and we'll call it is stationary, and that'd be a boolean, and drag that out to get into a branch like so. So the stationary one, that will allow us to determine whether or not the camera is tracking or is just rotating itself. So you want to make this editable, so click the little ball, and so if it's false, that's when we do our track movement function. So drag that out and hook it up to false. The delta time here is going to come from the delta seconds on the tick, so we can drag that in like so there. From there we get an output of a vector, and we can change the position of the spring arm by doing a set world location of the spring arm, and the new location will be the vector that we've got from our function. With that now set up, we have to go into our spring arm on the component list over here, and on the right hand side you'll see an option saying do collision test. I'm going to turn that off. That way the spring arm won't be hit by any walls or anything like that, so we can have our character walk behind stuff. So I'm going to click compile there, and finally we're going to go up to where we do the offset. Here we've got the offset being set on the first overlap the start box, and what we're going to do here is we're going to do a do once flow control, and so it only sets the offset once. Okay, if we were to change this all the time, you'll see some weird inconsistencies every time we go into this camera field. So if I go and push play now and walk into it, I've turned on the visibility of the boxes so it makes it easier to test this. We can see it tracking the player's horizontal movement, but not its up and down or height. So if I put jump, for example, it won't track that either. Okay. So that's the non-stationary camera system setup. Next we've got is the rotation.
Fuck you, motherfucker. Huh? What do you mean? Huh? That broke the whole thing. You can't just... show stuff and then... What? What do you mean? You have to show how you did the example as well. Fuck you, fucking fucker. Ass. Well, that didn't work. Why couldn't the other shit just work? Because that was exactly what I needed. Like, what the fuck is this even? Spring arm. Get world location. Oh. It's some stupid bullshit. But I'm changing that in the... Maybe I just need to place it out again. No. What the fuck? Va? What do you mean? What in the flecking heck do you even mean?
One. So what we're going to do is go into our camera again, and we need to do something similar to what we've done here with the track player movement, but this time we're going to be tracking the player's rotation. So new function, track player rotation, and very similarly we're going to be doing a delta on this. Which would be a float, very much the same as the other one, and it's going to have one output, which should be the rotation.
No chips or snacks? No.
Which should be a rotation.
The only thing I have is like oat bars.
Okay, so this one's a lot easier than the previous one. In this one, we're going to be using the function find look at rotation, and the return value of that's going to plug into our rotation like so. And the find look at rotation is going to look at the camera first of all. So the starting position would be the camera, and we're going to get the world location of that, and then we want to get the player character and their location. So get player character. And plug that into your target. And this function, if I look at rotation, will take these two vectors and work out through trigonometry the actual rotator required. So we go back to our event graph, and on the true branch of the isStationary, we're going to come up there and track player rotation. And that will also require the delta. Just notice I misspelt it, but never mind. We'll carry on anyway. And we're going to set the rotation.
If I just put one there, what happens then? Guess that doesn't make any sense. Also, I need to go pee again. Fucking beer. I need to go pee. BRB. BRB. Oh. I pissed from my cock. What does he mean?
Want to take that value and
how
get
can
rid
he
of the ones we
get
don't
a
care about.
decent
Otherwise, the ones that
camera?
are being tracked. So we want multiply this by another vector, and that vector will be our track player variable that we just made. So that will give us the actor's location in just that one plane, but we don't want to set the camera just to that plane. We want to keep it in its current location, but not the location in this axis. So for example, I want to keep its X and Y location the same as here, but I want to change it, so its X and Z location the same as here, but its Y location come from here. So the way you achieve that is if we go down from this get actor location result here, we can drag that out, and we can multiply that by another vector. And the vector we multiply by is the inverse of the track player variable. So the track player variable, we can drag that out from here again, and we can go into a minus, and we'll put that into the bottom pin. So to inverse it, you just want to put 1, 1, 1. So if track player, which we currently got as y equals 1, the end result of this would be x equals 1, y equals 0, and z equals 1. And if I multiply that by the current value of my current actor's location, it will take its current x and y location, because if the x is 1 and z is 1, that means it multiplying 1 by the current position, it will remain that same position. But because y will be 0, if it's multiplied by 0, you get 0 out of it. So we've got the current position being here in the x and z plane, and here we want it to take the y plane from this. So what we do is take these two values and add them together. So take that from there, add vector, and plug that into there like so. And that should feed into your target like so. The final thing here is to output the return value we got here, and we're going to and like so, and click compile. Go to event graph, and now we're going to put this into our world using the event tick. Okay, so if this is true on the if tick, and we currently are using this camera, what we're going to be doing is we're going to create another branch to determine whether or not we're a stationary or tracking object. So we can go new variable, and we'll call it is stationary, and that'd be a boolean, and drag that out, which is get, into a branch. So the stationary one, that will allow us to determine whether or not the camera is tracking or is just rotating itself. So you want to make this editable, so click the little ball, and so if it's false, that's when we do our track movement function. So drag that out and hook it up to false. The delta time here is going to come from the delta seconds on the tick, so we can drag that in like so. There. From there we get an output of a vector, and we're going to change the position of the spring arm by doing a set world location of the spring arm, and the new location will be the vector that we've got from our function. With that now set up, we have to go into our spring arm on the component list over here, and on the right hand side you'll see an option saying do collision test. I'm going to turn that off. That way the spring arm won't be hit by any walls or anything like that, and so we can have our character walk behind stuff. So I'm going to click compile there, and finally we're going to go up to where we do the offset. Here we've got the offset being set on the first overlap the start box, and what we're going to do here is we're going to
get world location, get actor location, yes. Minus and offset, yes, 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 yes.
do a do once more flow control, and so it only sets the offset once. Okay, if we were to change this all the time, you'll see some weird inconsistencies every time we go into this camera field. So if I go and push play now, and walk into it. I've turned on the visibility of the boxes so it makes it easier to test this. We can see it tracking the player's horizontal movement, but not its up and down or height. So if I put jump, for example, it won't track that either.
But like, what I'm not getting is that okay, let's do this. Get rid of this. So right now it's only tracking in in the y-axis apparently. It's like, what happens if I do this? It doesn't make any freaking sense that I have the camera up here, but why is it like flying down? What if I do this then? Will it fly even further down? No. Jävla pundhuvud. Huh? That doesn't make any sense at all. What if I do this? And then move the camera. Va? I was pressing the camera. It's getting somewhere. But it's also still not. Oh, come. This is so bullshit. How can it just not fucking rotate on the camera's fucking... So it's still like... caring about my rotation. That's ass. Maybe he goes through that in the last part.
Okay. So that's the non-stationary camera system setup. Next we've got is the rotationary one. So what we're going to do is go into our camera again, and we need to do something similar to what we've done here with the track player movement, but this time we're going to be tracking the player's rotation. So new function, track player rotation, and very similarly we're going to be doing a delta on this. Which would be a float, very much the same as the other one.
Let's just do this as well. What am I doing? Track player rotation. It doesn't really make sense that it's called that, honestly. Or maybe it does, I don't know.
And it's going to have one output. Which should be the rotation. Which should be a rotator. And click compile. Okay, so this one's a lot easier than the previous one. In this one, we're going to be using the function find look at rotation, and the return value of that is going to plug into our rotation like so. And the find look at rotation is going to look at the camera first of all. So the starting position would be the camera, and we're going to get the world location of that, and then we want to get the player character and their location. So get player character and get their location, and plug that into your target. And this function, find look at
Boom, boom.
rotation will take these two vectors and work out through trigonometry the actual rotator required. So we're going to go back to our event graph, and on the true branch of the is stationary, we're going to come up there and track player rotation, and that will also require the delta. Just notice I misspelt it, but never mind, we'll carry on anyway. And we're going to set the rotation of the camera, so not the spring arm but the camera itself. Camera set rotation, and we're going to hook those up like so, and click compile. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on our camera we've got going on here, and I'm going to like so, and
Set world rotation.
click compile. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on our camera we've got going on here, and I'm going to make it so it's stationary, particularly a stationary box. We made it public. Play, walk into it, and now it will rotate around the world until I hit the end overlap. And there you have it. So they're the basics of how to get the camera movement like so. Now, while working with a third person character, there is something you have to do in particular for this character. So to show you what the difference is, in the third person character, by default, you've got the get control rotation. Instead of using that, we want to use the camera rotation. So instead of using the get,
I should do this in the I mean, maybe can do it in the parent character. Let's just do it in the parent character, just in case I want to use this thing in for the for the lure character as well.
Control rotation, you want to get the player camera manager and then get the camera rotation of the camera manager, and then that will feed into your movement. That way it will always treat forwards as in the rotation of the camera itself, okay, rather than its control rotation. That way it doesn't feel so janky. So make sure you set it up to use these two nodes instead of the get control rotation, okay. And that's kind of it.
The fuck do you mean? Or actually, let's do it in the for now in the overworld character child. Never mind. Please show a little bit more about this instead of fucking just a piece of shit.
The world until I hit the end overlap. And there you have it. So they're the basics of how to get the camera movement like so. Now, while working with a third person character, there is something you have to do in particular for this character. So to show you what the difference is, in the third person character, by default, you've got the get control rotation.
Do I have that somewhere? Get control rotation. Get control rotation. Okay. Get camera manager. Get camera rotation. Break rotator. Huh?
Instead of using that, we want to use the camera rotation. So instead of using the get control rotation, you want to get the player camera manager and then get the camera rotation of the camera manager. And then that will feed into your movement.
Oh. Let's see what happens. Okay, so all of that works. Still doesn't work. Instead of, for some reason it moves slower like this now, for some reason. Hello, Scotty! Hello! Do I need to like make rotator as well? And then what it's doing? Maybe if we can just do this. Get forward vector and get right vector. And then I feed those into here. Maybe. What you trying to achieve? I am trying to achieve, like, oh jävla. Never mind. Now everything broke again. So currently I'm pressing A, or pressing left, I'm pressing right, I'm pressing up or forward, I'm pressing back currently. So that didn't work. And then, let's see here. I'm pressing up or forward. I'm pressing left, right, backwards. I'm pressing up, left, right, backwards. And what I want to achieve is that when I enter this, when I press left, I'm pressing left now. I'm not walking left. I'm pressing right. I'm pressing forward. I'm pressing down or back. Have you swizzled the input in the input mapping context? No, probably not. Swizzled is not a word I use, so unless you mean switched. So let's see here. This works correctly. This does not work correctly, but now at least it doesn't change the speed or anything. I don't know why it changed the speed. And you have to get the control rotation from the camera inside the actor. Let's see here. Let's get the control rotation from camera. Ah, I only did it in the forward backwards here. Okay. Ah, shot the fucking matte. This is left and right, so this should go here. Let's try this. Up, left, right, down. Left, no. I'm pressing up or forward, back. Let's see if what happens if I do. Oh shit! My god. Ah, Jesus Christ. Pressing forward. I can't rotate with my. Input is set to self. Ah. Let's see. Oh. Input needs to be the camera if you want the character to move the cam direction. Okay, so how do I get those cameras? Because I'm trying to get this camera. This is the camera that it's being transitioned to. So this cam is inside the world, but not the actor. Yes, correct. This is inside of a blueprint. I need to cast, okay. Cast to BP dynamic camera system. And then get camera. No? Get, is it component or something? Get actor of class. Get actor of class. No. Get actor of class. BP dynamic. No. Wait. And then camera. No. Oh god, get all actors. No, no, no. Get actor of class. BP dynamic. Can get camera. No. Get camera. No. What else do I need? Because it doesn't need to be like this, right? Right. Just drag and drop the return. Get control. Get control rotation. Or no, that doesn't work. Get world rotation. Get world rotation of camera. And I'm scared. Did I break rotator? No, split. Okay, split, destruct. So then hook up X to get the right vector. I just boom, boom, and then so here's where I played around on my own. Should I just do the same here then? Like just drag this to forward and back? I'm just gonna quickly do that to see if it works in an instant. No. It's gonna bring this back in. Because now, let's see, play forward, backwards. Yeah, so A and D is like static, so left and right. So now it's just going for world location. Now this goes to the left and right. Upwards goes this way as well. But at least now, yeah, it works when I am in this camera. That is because we are telling it specifically that it is only this camera. That's what you want to achieve, right? Okay. I want... this is how I actually want. Because that was a little bit too specific, maybe. I want that whenever I mean, I'm not sure if I'm even gonna use a free cam like this on this part of the game. But technically, I would just want that whatever camera it is that I am in, if it is this one or if it's in this one, I want the character to move left when I'm pressing left, right when I'm pressing right, forward when I'm pressing forward, backwards when I'm pressing backwards. So now this one is constantly looking at what this camera's location is, but not any other, really. And the active camera needs to go inside a variable. Okay. You get the world rotation of the cam variable. I'm just gonna, this is the inside of the parent character right now. Let's say, for example, I go to my next level with my other character. What happens then? Then I still get the weird camera. So even if I press forward and rotate, it will walk towards where the camera is looking. Is there even a sure. I don't have a dynamic camera here even. So I'm not sure why it's even getting that or this. I guess it has to, I don't know. Maybe it gets it from the previous level. Because you need to set up a branch or select no to ask if the default cam is used or one of the others. I mean, I understand what you mean, of course, but it's only that I've seen this thing being done quite a lot simpler. And yeah, I don't mean to bash you or anything or question your knowledge. You just recently got here and maybe you haven't followed along completely what I've done so far and all of that. Let's see. So just so that I don't start digging too deep into a step-by-step chat direction. It's a little bit hard for me to understand as well. That's the thing. What's the cam switch logic? That is based on let's see here, on begin overlap. That costs to the parent character and Then it sets target, view target with blend. Probably move this so it's easy to understand that. Let's see. Of course, page not found. By default, the forward direction of the movement input is based on the forward and right vector of the actor, at least for characters. The ball as torque. I think you will need to use cameras forward and right vectors instead of rotate the world. Okay, let's see. Sorry if I get forward vector as well. Let's go try that. Ow! Wait, I can try. Left, right. Forward brackets doesn't do anything. Just for sake of it, I'm just gonna see what happens if I do this. I'm breaking stuff. Access none. Could you repeat that part? I could not understand because there was a Wookiee growling somewhere. Let's see here. Here's the blueprint for the dynamic camera. In the level, let's go back to the level actually. Overworld. So let's take this one for example instead. There is a start camera, this collision box here, that when I enter it, it goes to this camera. And then if I go to this collision box, it exits that camera and goes back to the previous. How does it actually work? It goes back to, yeah, the camera inside of the player camera. Or player controller. Or player blueprint. And other than that, there was some function, track player movement. Why can't they just keep stuff as they were before? Because I'm assuming that when he's moving around,
that way it will always treat forwards, as in the rotation of the camera itself, okay, rather than its control rotation. That way it doesn't feel so janky.
I'm gonna look into this a little bit more. Because here he has get camera rotation, so get play camera manager. So maybe still that I use this, that I get the active class and get camera rotation. Doesn't even make sense because there's no player here. Because isn't this like, no, you can't even split this, okay? You could hook that up too. Which one? Are you talking about this part here? I will put the active camera inside, one variable inside the middle of one. Can I post links here? Yes. Yes, you can. Let's just... Because the way he does it here, I'm just gonna go back to this.
So make sure you set it up to use these two nodes.
Get play camera, get camera rotation. Break rotator. Let's see here. Get camera rotation, get right vector. Because what the fuck, man? Get right vector. Because could it be something with this? You skip this. Get right vector. Huh? Get camera rotation. You do the same thing here, but okay. Why can't I split this? Because it was hooked to stuff. Makes sense. So let's skip these. And we split these. And then you also did the roll and the yaw. And this is for the right vector. So I think we just skip this. Boom. And I'm just gonna see how he did it. Not this one. Oh yeah, because he did the break and stuff. So technically, it should just be the same here. But get vector forward. You do the same thing here. Let's try this first. Just see, okay. Get rid of that. I'll clean this up soon. Never mind. Forward, left, right, back. Left, right, back. Forward, back. And then we enter this. Okay. Left and right works. And I can even move my mouse to rotate. But if I press forward and rotate. Okay, so that works. Then we try this. And then you said only C on this? That works. Then we enter. Left, right, down, up. And I can rotate. Oh! Thank you! See? I want it simple. Thank you, thank you. And it makes sense. It's the hard part is to figure out this yourself. But when it's there, it makes sense. I'm just gonna legacy. I'm just gonna call this legacy. Legacy. Because then whatever or wherever I am, whatever character I'm using, this is the parent character. No, this is the overworld character, which is inheriting the parent. So I enter next one, left, right, up, down. Enter next one to a cut. And oh yeah, even if I go back to that one, it just a transition, it cuts, and here it cuts to yeah, the player's camera. I'm talking to you for a little while. I am very lonely ball. Hope to hear from you again soon. And then we go to next level. And then now I'm in my fish character. This short version has a downside. It will only work with player cams. So cameras with blend view target 2. I mean, I think that's definitely gonna be fine for now at least. Oh yeah, this one doesn't reward any experience, I think. Great stuff! Great stuff. And that's sorted out. Hello, Matthew. Just went to take a photo and all for new ID. Just in time. Oh my god. I remember last time I had to renew my my driver's license. What was it that actually happened? I really like I'm such a last minute guy that it takes like roughly a week or 2 weeks to for your driver's license to get sent and arrive to you. And I literally waited until the very last day that I possibly could take the photo for it to be sent, either on the very same day that the card is expired or the day after. And I was like, okay, now I have to do it. Let's just see if I can go there. And I was so stressed out because I was so scared that I was not gonna be able to claim my new driver's license from the pickup place, from the postal office. So, because I would think that they would look at the card and see that it expired yesterday. I got an AVI or a notice that you can come and claim your card now. And it was the day after the card got expired. But I just tried to keep it cool. It's kept cool. Stand in line and show my paper and or my notice. And yeah, give me your ID. She says. I give it to her, and I don't remember if she blipped it, like if she scanned it, or if she just looked at it. I think she might scan it as well. So I thought that it would maybe like give some error or give a warning that shut the fucking matte, this guy has expired ID. And I think I noticed that she was like first scanning it, looking, and then starting to move, and like be like this, and just continue walking. So I thought that she maybe noticed that shot matte, one day after, but she just continued and got the envelope. And I was also prepared to say that if she if she would say, sorry, but your ID seems to be expired. Yeah, but if you get the envelope, I will have a new ID. Because then she could scan that instead. Then I would have a valid ID. Because something that they say on the site, Skatteverket or whatever it's called, I don't know who is in charge of the IDs, but they say that to be able to collect your new ID, you have to have an already non-expired ID to show. So I was super scared, but it ended up fine. It worked out. It worked out. All right. So this works. Because the plan is here. I'm just gonna do this as well. Let's say I'm still a little bit confounded about. I mean, it seems that this camera worked fine. For example, if I want that when I'm walking here, this should be a static camera, is stationary, and the camera should be. Also, we should move the spring, maybe. Let's have it here. Let's have it focus on this point here. And the camera should be... Camera should be on top of here. And then the start camera where is it even? Where did it go? Where did it go? I think it's below, yeah. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Start camera. And then this one just goes. I don't understand. Why can't I just press the fucking freeform on these individual stuff as well? Oh. Oh. So for example, I get to the lake. Stuff like that. This will keep the, okay, yeah, that's actually something that I want to try now when you mention that. Because, for example, if I press forward here, yeah, that's not really what I want. So what you're doing, started. You get current right vector and current forward vector. But, okay, yeah, that doesn't need to make. Because then that is, so the only thing you did really was add these two, right? These two variables. Let's see, parent character. Yeah, this really good shit. Current forward vector. Vector. You can't duplicate? Yes, you can. Right vector. This should have a started, yes. No. Started, and you connected it directly after, yes. This is gonna be a little bit messy, but current right vector, you did not connect it, and then you get current like so, and then yep, get right, and get forward, Let's try it out. You're a fucking genius. So now, if this is so good. So good. Wow, wow, wee wah. Brother man. Wait. What happened here? Ah. So what it does is that when I press forward now and I rotate, it still continues. So that's not really what I wanted. Because it's not really like tank control either. How can we bypass that? We have to make a boolean for that. What do you mean? Because so here's how it is. I'm pressing forward now. Forward. I'm rotating. I'm still moving forward by when I'm holding. But if I let go and press forward again, I do the move in the correct direction. But if I rotate the camera, it doesn't rotate with it. Just gonna see what happens here. What's the difference? Doesn't even work. It is because it's doing this thing. It's getting triggered and it's getting the current right vector. Do we need to have this even? At all? I guess. Or can't I just do this? I don't know. Yeah, now it's even starting to slow down. Because how we had it before was like this, right? So now it rotates. So let's go here again. Yeah. How could one bypass that? You need to ask for free cam when with branch. So, for example, let's see here. Let's just try free cam. Boolean. When it's triggered, we set it to true. And then and then Now you made a select here. Ah. This is a new node for me. Select. And then you can basically put in any you want. You do anything else? You don't do. I'm just gonna try this out first, as you did it. You did 2 select nodes. One for the right. If free cam, does it say here? Yeah, it does. Because if forward vector, when it's true, this is so messy. So when we, what doesn't that work? When we enter, or when we trigger it, it is set to true. But if it's started, wait, no. We set this to true. Sorry. And then when it's or I don't know if this doesn't make any sense, but I'm just gonna play around with it. Wait, why did I? No, not this one. Now I can fully move forward. I can do anything else I want. Then just gonna fuck. You need to set the set the bool free cam when your camera changes, yeah. Okay. So nothing here matters really. That makes sense. So should I make an interface or something? How do I because that is happening inside of this. Maybe it can just be if I inherit interact with this, perhaps. Nah, that doesn't make any sense, but I'm gonna try anyway. Or wait, I can just I'm casting here. Set free cam to false. So I don't need to have this. No, I don't know. Oh, Jesus! Fucking hell, man. I'm so focused here. Hello. Thank you for the raid. Swarm Creations. Is this another studio?
Baby, yeah. Oh yeah, baby.
The sound effects guy. Oh my god, thank you for the follow.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Game dev people, welcome. I'm just gonna assume that it's game dev people. That works. Ah, fucking hell. What were you guys up to? We are playing around with the dynamic camera systems here. Okay, dude. Oh. Solo dev from Göteborg. Let's go. Let's go, Göteborg. Okay. Did I change something here now? What the fuck, man? What did I do? Oh yeah, I didn't do that. You even said it. Okay. Let's go. I can rotate without doing anything. And now when I released. I mean, it's not the biggest issue, because something that I noticed now was that, for example, if I start moving here now and I press left, I will continue walking left from whenever I press left there. It's not the biggest issue at all, because it is just a little bit wanky. It's just a tiny bit wanky. Because now I'm pressing down left. Yeah, let's actually try that. Just see what happens if we exit. End camera. Boom. Just gonna do that. Wanky wonky. But what were you working on today? What was going on? So if I exit it, I press down now. Yeah, so now the free cam is not there anymore. So, for it to be the best, you just need to wait. Just gonna make sure that I connect all of the stuff. Boom. Bum bum. And if I exit, yeah, it's just that I have to place those places a little bit more carefully. Good shit, fucking Scotty. Are you a pro game dev? Why the fuck did you come here? You're a hobby as well, yeah. Hell yeah. Have you worked on it? Do you have anything out in the wild? You're building a high score system for the game. Was modeling a score, multiplier item, and tinkering with the latest level. Nice. Hell yeah. I think this is super fun, and I'm so fucking impressed that you understand what I want and need, and you can quickly come up with solutions. I can only figure out how I want it to work. That's why I'm a designer. I'm a game designer. I'm not a programmer. So these are stuff I would have to talk with programmers continuously and update them and stuff. Where is this? Hey, look at that, Scotty! Why do you have? Well, no, this is not OnlyFans font, right? But this is the OnlyFans color scheme. Over 3.5 hours. I mean, play, spas is no, is it time? It has to be time, and I know that spater is later, right? Schriftstycke, is this like dialogue pieces? I don't know. Lustige. This almost sounds like a Norwegian. Lustige or lustig in Swedish is funny. How the hell can you read that? I studied German for 2 years in high school, so I know some words. Over 25 puzzles to solve. Und das alles für euch kostenlos. Euch. Is it each? I don't know. Und das alles. And that's all for each kostenlos. You? Is euch you? Isn't it du? Du hast? Du hast mich? Ah, like, oh, everybody. Ja, alle zusammen. I don't know. John Doe. Eine Truhe. Sie ist mit einem Zahlenschloss gesichert. Something. Was this a mod? Dear mod killer. Or is this just killer? What do we have here? This is the name of the game. Grüße von Laushi. Scott distinct. That's not so nice. Ah, Keller! Yes, källare. Makes sense. Makes sense. Here's my portfolio. I have some game projects from school. I have made four bigger game projects in teams. XD Live. This is probably my favorite one that I worked on. Where I prototyped a lot of stuff. And worked in data tables to design passive abilities for a roguelike game. And a bunch of other stuff. Let's see, I need to see how... what was the location now again on my... I'm gonna go to an event later. It starts at 8 PM in 2 hours-ish. Um, mm, mm, mm. Where are you? Here's your ticket. Moseback torg. Se. Doodle doodle doo, doodle doodle doo. But great, we sorted out the camera stuff. That is so fucking awesome. Thank you so much again, Scotty. What? It takes 1 hour? 55 minutes? That's fine. I don't have to be there at 8 on the dot. Then you're pretty advanced in UE. We have done 2 game projects in Unreal Engine so far. I mean, that was we're only scheduled to do 2. What I'm doing now is my exam project, where I don't even have to finish a game. But I have a small deadline to send in a prototype for Friday for a award event that the school is arranging. So I kind of want to get a not polished demo, but I want most of the parts to be there, so that I can showcase the whole game in a sense. I wanna showcase the message, basically. Let's do this. I'm gonna stalk you a little bit here, Swarm. I wanna see what you were working on. Game dev stuff. Oh, you do models as well? Hell yeah. What is this game you're working on? I did my first modeling yesterday. Super bad. I tried to make a lure. Okay, so you model in Maya and then... Is this in Blender? Or am I stupid? No? Is this still in Maya? I don't know shit. I don't know modeling. Like this sound, it looks so therapeutic to do. But how do you do stuff? And you're also working in Unreal. Nice. That's a lot of lines. Holy shit. The fuck, man? So how you created shaker material for the red value? Ooh. Shaking materials? Look at this! Actual game. Brother man. Brother man! Fucking AoE and the floating damage. Is the sound?
Yeah, we were supposed to add a golden tool item pickup in here.
The Swede is seeping through.
I can browse. I can do. Item pickup. I can place it.
Look! Video games! You've done everything yourself? How long has it taken you to work on this? So far? 4+ years? Mamma mia. You don't do this for work at all? Do you want to work with it? Release 25th this year. Retooled? Is it on Steam? Retooled? Oh! Brother man. Actual dev in chat.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. I think I removed the randomization.
Cool! Mamma mia. Arrgh. Impressive. This has been full-time 4 years, but I'm self-taught. You don't want to work in the industry? Do you plan to like apply for jobs? Like you have a solid piece to showcase. Mamma mia. Cool fucking shit. But that's great. That is pretty much what I wanted to accomplish today before I had to head off. Well, there was this other thing. I think I'm gonna take that with my mentor instead. Rather than messing around with it today or ask questions today. I think I'm gonna start preparing for my event actually. I think I'm gonna prepare for the event to get into party mode. It's a little bit hard to get into party mode when you're working in with programming stuff. Reality is most people are just looking for a specialist. Rough time even getting phone call meeting. Yeah, I mean, but there are like smaller teams that they much rather want to have someone who is more generalist. But because we are currently we are applying for internship from our class, and we're supposed to start in January. I have sent out to a few studios. There's only one who has answered me, and they said no. Basically they said no. They were going forward with the other people, but no one else has answered so far. Some of them are just like open applications as well, though. But even those who have available internships hasn't answered yet. So I'm not worried, but I'm like, fucking give me something, give me validation or something. Give me a no, if anything. I have to be a student for those. Yeah, that's true. And I mean, there are a lot of studios, smaller studios, where you could dataspelsbranschen. I don't know if you have seen this site. I'm gonna find the page. Here's a PDF of the whole spelutvecklarindex, which gives you information about how well has the industry in Sweden done. Good night, Pim Team. So you can see here like how many percentage is mikroföretag, who is a solo, who is big, like 1% big companies. But then, if you scroll down over here, you can get the whole, every company that is registered in Sweden, and it's sorted out by region as well. So if you say that you're from Gothenburg, where is that even? Here. So here you can see all of the studios that are registered in, or it's not only studios, like it's fucking gambling sites as well. There are esport companies that are showing up here as well, which is a little bit scuffed. Maybe you are here. Are you here? Swarm Creations? Swarm. Here! You're here! You can... Let's see here. Here's the link to the webpage, and then you just can click on the link from there. But yeah, since you have yourself as a registered company, you are also in this list. Do you take in an intern? Do you want to have an intern? I can work with you. We can do something. I don't know. I design and you build. I don't know. Yeah, this is a great resource. My next project will likely need them. Let's go. Let's go. Digital kittens. You had a person apply to your studio. That is like a blind person leading the other person. I mean, startups are like, I think that startups can be cool. Like even with the like newer people. Like that everybody is a newbie in as an entrepreneur. And they just they make a company, and then they create a project, and then they try to hunt down publishers or investors. I think that would be really fun as well. I would probably do that if it comes down to it. Because I think that would be a lot of fun. It would be risky. That's pretty much our deal. Let's go. I mean, it's according to the list, at least here, it is that you are an aktiebolag. So, as far as I know with aktiebolag, that you don't really risk your own money. Like if you end up with a loss, you can just file bankruptcy, and you will not like lose a lot of money. Because I think that I heard somewhere or read somewhere that you shouldn't be too afraid of bankruptcy, because bankruptcy is like a tool or something for the company to not, or for the company to shut down without the the individuals suffering too much or something. I don't know. I don't even remember where I read it. Why bankruptcy is good? The first I got was, why is it bad? Bankruptcy can often reduce or eliminate your debts, save your home, and keep bill collectors at bay. But it also has serious financial consequences, including long-term damage to your credit score. I don't think we have a credit score in Sweden. I don't know if... Maybe we do, I don't know. I only have one big loan, so... You need a lot to even get a loan, so that's a somewhat distorted view. Yes, you can't chase me personally unless it's illegal stuff. Yeah. I mean, of course, you of course have to prove yourself that you can actually take a loan into the company. But then as well, you also want to get an investor to invest into the company or the project. Either on top of that or in exchange for taking a loan. But like, because at least I'm not entirely sure if I understand the whole bureaucracy with having an aktiebolag. That the money in the aktiebolag, like it's a company's money, and then from there, the goal is to get enough money so that you can pay a salary to yourself or your employees. Or employers. Or employees. You're off. Okay, take care. Thank you for the raid and hanging out. For showing off your game. Really cool to see. But yes, the event. I'm gonna prepare myself for the event. Why not toss you guys over to someone else who is doing game dev as well? Since you people have been joining in and raiding all of that. Welcome back, Shockfood. I want to raid someone who is working inside of Unreal. Mostly. Let's look together. What do we have here? Oh, study with me. Coding. Also studying. This looks like Unity. This is coding. Reviving abandoned MMORPG. 2 idiots making shit. Love it. Here's a raccoon. Giant plant boss. Game dev for the Feathered Serpent. Oh, I was gonna say, oh, maybe we can find a Swedish game dev. I want something that looks interdacing. Oh, balancing, but it's fucking French. Like, I want to get into working in Excel for game design. So that would be nice. Oh, here's more. Oh! Planning! Nu jävlar. Long-term development planning. Let's do that. I think that the planning phase is one of the most fun part in game dev. That is also where I was the most productive. What's going on here?
You happen to want. And now, Napoleon Hill's famous 13 principles. The first principle, desire. Here is the starting point for all achievement.
He seems to be AFK. Oh, never mind.
But it's right here that we so often run into a stumbling block. A person will say, I know what I desire, but can I get it?
Ah, maybe not.
We'll get into this business of doubt later, but once and for all, let's clear up this.
Once and for all, let's clear this issue up. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Okay. Any unrealers? Any unrealers? Any fellow blueprinters? Why is everybody coding? Powered by GitHub Copilot. I found that this is me. That's me. Let's do the neighbor. Or a neighbor. RTS dev. Even more UI things. Okay, let's go to this guy. Let's do that.
Honestly, really should fix that issue with the loading.
Some UI stuff can be fun to watch. Fun to learn and check out.
Load should happen when.
So let's do that.
Loading from save.
I am gonna head off, drink my beers, and prepare for event. I have to shower as well and fix my hair, change clothes because I can't go to an event with this shirt. But again, thank you so much for chilling and watching, and especially for helping me to sort out the camera issues and stuff.
I am.
It made a lot of sense in the end. Thank you, själv. Take care. Happy. Oh, look at.
Literally go through. Ooh.
Oh, fan, I can't. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow at some point. Take care. Happy Wednesday and